Culture of Europe, European Film Awards, and cultural policies of the European Union. Cultural cooperation between member states has been an interest of the European Union since its inclusion as a community competency in the Maastricht Treaty. Actions taken in the cultural area by the EU include the Culture 2007 year program, the European Cultural Month event, an orchestra such as the European Union Youth Orchestra. The European Capital of Culture program selects one or more cities in every year to assist the cultural development of that city. Sport policies of the European Union. Football fans before a match. San Siro Stadium in Milan. Sport is mainly the responsibility of the member states or other international organizations, rather than of the EU. There are some EU policies that have affected sport, such as the free movement of workers, which was at the core of the Bosman ruling that prohibited national football leagues from imposing quotas on foreign players with European citizenship. The Treaty of Lisbon requires any application of economic rules to take into account the specific nature of sport and its structures, based on voluntary activity. This followed lobbying by governing organizations such as the International Olympic Committee and FIFA, due to objections over the application of free market principles to sport, which led to an increasing gap between rich and poor clubs. The EU does fund a program for Israeli, Jordanian, Irish, and British football coaches as part of the Football for Peace project. Symbols. European Heritage Label. The flag of Europe consists of a circle of 12 golden stars on a blue background. Originally designed in 1955 for the Council of Europe, the flag was adopted by the European Communities, the predecessors of the present European Union, in 1986. The Council of Europe gave the flag a symbolic description in the following terms, though the official symbolic description adopted by the EU omits the reference to the Western world. Against the blue sky of the Western world, the star symbol is the peoples of Europe, in the form of a circle, the sign of union. The number of stars is invariably 12, the figure 12 being the symbol of perfection and entirety. Council of Europe. Paris, 7-9 December 1955. Europa and the whole on a Greek vase, circa 480 BC. Tarquinian National Museum, Italy United in Diversity, was adopted as the motto of the Union in 2000, having been selected from proposals submitted by school pupils. Since 1985, the Flag Day of the Union has been Europe Day, on 9 May, the date of the 1950 Schuman Declaration. The anthem of the EU is an instrumental version of the prelude to the Ode to Joy, the fourth movement of Ludwig van Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. The anthem was adopted by European community leaders in 1985 and has since been played on official occasions. Besides naming the continent, the Greek mythological figure of Europa has frequently been employed as a personification of Europe. Known from the myth in which Zeus seduces her in the guise of a white bull, Europa has also been referred to in relation to the present Union. Statues of Europa and the bull decorate several of the EU's institutions, and a portrait of her is seen on the 2013 series of Euro banknotes. The bull is, for its part, depicted on all residence permit cards. Charles the Great, also known as Charlemagne, Latin, Carolus Magnus, and later recognized as Pater Europae, Father of Europe, has a symbolic relevance to Europe. The Commission has named one of its central buildings in Brussels after Charlemagne, and the city of Aachen has since 1949 awarded the Charlemagne Prize to champions of European unification. Since 2008, the organizers of this prize, in conjunction with the European Parliament, have awarded the Charlemagne Youth Prize in recognition of similar efforts led by young people. Media freedom in the European Union and European Broadcasting Union. Euronews headquarters in Lyon, France. Media freedom is a fundamental right that applies to all member states of the European Union and its citizens, as defined in the EU Charter of Fundamental Rights as well as the European Convention on Human Rights. 309. 1. Within the EU enlargement process, guaranteeing media freedom is named a key indicator of a country's readiness to become part of the EU. The majority of media in the European Union are national-orientated, although some EU-wide media focusing on European affairs have emerged since the early 1990s, such as Euronews, Eurosport, EU Observer, EU RACTIV, or Politico Europe. ARTE is a public Franco-German TV network that promotes programming in the areas of culture and the arts. 80% of its programming are provided in equal proportion by the two member companies, while the remainder is being provided by the European Economic Interest Group and ARTEGEIE and the channel's European partners. The MEDIA program of the European Union has supported the European popular film and audiovisual industry since 1991. It provides support for the development, promotion and distribution of European works within Europe and beyond. The European emblem, emblazoned on the Eiffel Tower of the European Union, has had a significant positive economic effect on most member states. According to a 2019 study of the member states, who joined from 1973 to 2004, without European integration, per capita incomes would have been, on average, approximately 10% lower in the first 10 years after joining the EU. Greece was the exception, reported by the study, which analyzed up to 2008, to avoid confounding effects from the global financial crisis. A 2021 study in the Journal of Political Economy found that the 2004 enlargement had aggregate beneficial economic effects on all groups in both the old and new member states. The largest winners were the new member states, in particular unskilled labor in the new member states. The European Union has contributed to peace in Europe, in particular by pacifying border disputes, and to the spread of democracy, especially by encouraging democratic reforms in aspiring Eastern European member states after the collapse of the USSR. Scholar Thomas Riss wrote in 2009, "There is a consensus in the literature on Eastern Europe that the EU membership perspective had a huge anchoring effects for the new democracies." However, R. Daniel Keelman argues that the EU has proved beneficial to leaders who are overseeing democratic backsliding, as the EU is reluctant to intervene in domestic politics, gives authoritarian governments funds which they can use to strengthen their regimes, and because freedom of movement within the EU allows dissenting citizens to leave their backsliding countries. At the same time, the Union provides an external constraint that prevents soft authoritarian regimes from progressing into hard dictatorships.